So this device placed on the lawn of Gerardo Jimenez yard. I just doing different video. I discovered that this device is sending a flash towards my home. I'll show device during the daytime. Well, 09 in 17 seconds. This device will be sending flash. It will be clearly seen sending flash to I will zoom in on this device, but 12:09 in 17 seconds, it's gonna be possible to see this device clearly lighting up and sending flash towards my house. I will replay, goes 30 seconds back, and we are gonna do just a normal view. So here are multiple flashes affecting camera. So 12:09, 2 seconds, here was a flash coming towards my home. And it should be. And once again, here was clearly flash coming from that device at my home. I'll go back. So this was 12:09:02 coming at my home flash. So that was some kind of energy frequency burst, and it will be clearly seen now. And once again, here was burst flying directly at my house. Besides this device, here are multiple devices placed on this Jeep. Here is a device placed most likely between the mirror and the frame of the car. By the looks, here is also either device on this door, or it is reflecting another device placed someplace else. This area above arrow, this is another device placed on this car. Multiple devices acting together create a multiple radio frequency signals sent to the camera, which confuse camera, and basically in many instances here is a skipped footage on the camera as a result of these frequency devices acting together. On December 12, 29. So this device was staying on the lawn from December 28th of 2023 through, I believe, January 3rd or 4th, after I made videos showing devices on this car. So I'm gonna quickly go through these dates and before I move to other stuff. And so December 27th, here is nothing seen at night. That is the device placed on a sedan which disappears by morning. So December 27th, here is nothing in this area. December 28th. Morning part, nothing is in this area, but by the afternoon, this device shows up on the lawn. It shines through the night. Seen in the daytime, it's hard to see it. Now it's lit up at night, December 29th. This is December 30th. December 31st. January 1st, it's faded out during the fireworks. They overnight removed the device. It reappeared in the morning. Seen once again at night along with the device on sedan. So this is sedan placed here and device will come on this sedan as it appears on the roof. And here is a device on this sedan. Back to lawn device. Again, it's nighttime on the lawn. January 2nd. Device sitting in this area. Once again at night. December 3rd. Once again this device in this area. Device on the lawn. And in the evening that device is not placed anymore out. I believe that was third when I made one of the videos. At this point I will go back to December 29th. And I will go to 1244 to show here is a device placed on the Jeep in this area besides many other active devices. By the looks of that, here is a whole bunch of devices at that time placed also underneath the Jeep with the energy directed towards my house. But this particular device, when I go to 1244, at 10 seconds and 45 seconds, it will show laser beam going over the door in this area, going over the door, and in between here will be skip in CCTV footage where video footage will be missing for 10 seconds. It will jump from 31 seconds to 41 seconds. So we are at 43. Here is the mentioned device. I'm gonna let this footage to run till the correct time. It appears that higher up here is another device sending a laser-like beam down below. But this device will be sending beam down this door. So here was laser beam coming down. Laser beam across. 31 to 41 seconds. Here's gonna be skip in the video footage. .31 goes to 41, and at 45 seconds here will be another laser beam. I need to go back once again and zoom in. So laser beam at 10 seconds, footage skip at 31 to 41. Laser beam, 31 to 41, footage skip. .31, 41, and laser beam at 45. I'll show this once again just in a full view mode. Laser beam. Skip in footage, 31 to 41, and another laser beam. At this point, I'm gonna go back to January 3rd. And so this is the device on the lawn, which I showed send a beam at my house. This is the device on the bumper of a sedan. It goes out, but I already showed the device. And I will go to 1050 or closer to 1050. So it actually I went little too far. I need to go to 1035, closer to 1035. So active device in this area under the bumper, or front, in the front here. Here is another device in this area. At 1035 here is gonna be from footage skip from 16 to 26 seconds, but here are multiple active devices on the side of this vehicle. Here is also devices in this area and apparently sending some sort of beam which is not quite easily seen as in the previous footage. So we are gonna be counting 16 to 26 seconds. Here is again, here is multiple devices acting up. And it skipped from 16 to 26, so this is another way to disable the cameras. Device blinking here. Here is device blinking in this area. Here is activity in this area. 16 to 26 footage skip. It seems like here is a device placed also on this. So here is also device is placed on this sedan. And frequencies coming out of these devices are giving this like a reflection on the material of this. So while showing that, I missed, and here is another device in this area. And looked like here was this device in this area was sending signal someplace, and that signal might be to reset again system for another frequency attack. So here is a blinking device in this area. Here is a blinking device in the wheel well. Here is another device in this area. Blinking device in this area. Also, this wheel well contains another device. And seemed like something white just moved up. Here is another device in this driver's side wheel placed on the shade side of the Jeep, and this is also device placed in the bumper of the Jeep. So we'll go back to closer to 35. So here is device, and this device is blinking. So getting closer to 35. So this this device is getting quite active in this area. So 10:35 and 16 seconds. Here is gonna be skip from 16 to 26 seconds. Here is activated device in this area, in this, and here in this area. Here under 24 in this area. And it seems here is activity coming out of this long device. So we already missed the skip. I will go back and we'll zoom in. Activity here, activity in this area. And activity in this area. We'll go back once more. I need to actually pay attention to actual skips. So 13, 14, 15, 16 going to 26, and 26, 27 was a very quick transfer between 10:34:46 timestamp. I'll go back. Here is another device and it looks like it is placed on the concrete. Let me go to 34, closer to 34. I will watch this area for a while. So here is activity in this area, and activity in this area looks like something is placed in the shadow. So getting closer to 34 minutes. It's gonna show that here are actually beams aimed towards my house coming out of that device. Here is also another device in the wheel well. Here are a couple devices placed on sedan. Whatever signals are coming out are reflecting off the side, but now I'm gonna pay attention to this area down below. So here was like a laser light, some sort of reaction. So here is another laser light. So this location going to other picture would, this direction would go to middle of my home, straight. And here is a light coming towards my home. Let's go 30 seconds. And 30 seconds back. I went too far. This is not a shadow, that is actually a signal coming towards my home. Here is a device placed. Here is possibility I missed little bit. Maybe I went to so laser light going that way. Again, laser light coming this way. I cannot say with precision is it laser light or what type of beam it is. I'm saying laser light for just for the purpose of the description, but this is some sort of energy beam coming in the direction of my house. At this point, looks like here are two devices placed in this area. And the beams coming this way. So this is not a play of, again, beam coming this way. This is not a play of actual natural light. These are devices placed on this car and the Jeep, and underneath that also on the car next to it. And here is the device on the bumper. And I need to go to December 26th to show the bumper area in the daylight. Let's zoom in. So this is the bumper area in the daylight. And here is a laser going down to the ground from, that's not natural thing. And here is a device showing up. How did that happen? Let me go 30 seconds back and watch. That was a strange move, but sometimes I have remote helpers. So I'm gonna move my camera closer. At this point, it looks like here are devices in this area. I need to find a point where here is nothing in that. So this is some serious activity right here. I know it's hard to believe, but these kind of lights just in complete shade, they do not shine through. Here you can see blinking devices. and the light shoots out towards my home, multiple beams. Again, another beam, little different direction. So they're professionally, masterfully placed devices underneath this Jeep. Again, these things don't light up like that. These are some kind of frequency energy beams showing on the camera. It doesn't shine like that in the dark. But right now I want to see this bumper area. Maybe a little more light. So I will zoom to this area right here, and currently these are 3 empty holes in this area. Empty holes. So these should not be shining middle of the night. So this is between date and a year. Between date and a year, here is the device placed on the bumper of the Jeep. So I will go back to daylight. So these are, at this time, here is, looks like something is in there, maybe not. So that's 1420. Let's go to this footage. So appears that here is some kind of devices at this moment in this. They're blinking. And can I see it later? And here I'm gonna go zoom in. So at this moment, that 16, 26, 23, these 3 holes are empty. That's 12:47. Here is nothing in there, so that goes directly down between the date and the year. And going back to nighttime position, here is device blinking. Well, it's lit up, but it's actually in this exact location between date and the year. So back to 1320, here was more very and I'm gonna focus it this area a little bit. So once again, here are devices placed underneath the Jeep. Devices are placed here. There's another active device above. Here is placement of another device. So these devices are actually shooting whatever energy frequencies they are shooting directly towards my home. And here was another laser type light coming. And here is like a little discharge is happening. Once again, it is electronic equipment placed, directed at my house. Extremely professionally placed, basically playing with the shadow parts. But all these beams are coming in the direction of my house. So whoever installed these devices and whoever is doing that is actually very highly professional. Understands very well lighting situations and how to hide these devices from camera view. Also, whoever installed this also knows very well what is seen on my camera. So I have made another video in which I show extremely precise device placement by moving car and placing by hand in the dark in a very particular location, and in those night hours it is placed in this area particularly. I have separate video for that. But these are electronic devices placed underneath the car, and these energy beams are aiming at my house and causing extremely high EMF radiation frequencies, periodically electrical frequency levels extremely high, hundreds of times the normal. For radio frequencies, it goes many times over the normal. To worst was 111 times normal by corner of my house in the backyard. Plus, in these situations, these people know my exact location in the house. If I am in the east end of the house, the frequencies will start rising on the east end. If I'm gonna put out the EMF device and I'm gonna be videotaping, these frequencies will go down. If I'm gonna be doing something in the middle of the house, the frequencies, EMF frequencies dramatically will go up in the middle of the house, in the kitchen, in the living rooms, or on the patio. At night, when I sleep in the Faraday cage to protect myself from this radiation, initially I was able to sleep fairly comfortably in my Faraday cage, but lately, in the hobby room where is my Faraday cage, the highest reading is inside the Faraday cage, and readings east of Faraday cage, outside the cage, are less than inside the Faraday cage. Reading west of the Faraday cage is less than inside the Faraday cage and less than east side of the Faraday cage. So that to me indicates these attacks are coming from direction of east, and 4212 residents in this direction. So just trying to show part of the issues I'm dealing with, and I do believe whoever lives in the house is associated with a previous harasser who basically caused propane gas release in my house on January 19th, 2023 in early morning hours, and I suspect that Gerardo Jimenez or somebody in his family assisted Adam Smith with prior entry and opening inside a gas fireplace valve. And on January 19th, early morning hours, somebody from outside opened gas fireplace valves and released almost 24 pounds of propane gas. The gas tank contains 80 pounds of propane, so if I would have been sleeping past midnight, I could have been dead. And here was also another attempt on my life on April 1st, 2019. My ex-husband hired multiple hitmen to kill me on a mountain hike. I was able to learn about the plot, and still through harrowing ordeal with a hitman living in the house next door for a month, I was able to survive, go back to Wisconsin, and file for divorce. During the divorce proceedings, my divorce lawyer presented me with the documents that stated that here are 10 and 15 million dollar life insurance policies on me. When I became bewildered and said that I never consented to any life insurance policies, the document was taken back, and in the email from my lawyer to me, my lawyer said that that was a mistake by a lawyer on the other side. So that was John's, my now ex-husband's insurance policies. But his policies in the final documentation showed amounts $6 and $9 million. So here is a possibility that Adam Smith, who is currently on trial for attempted murder of another female, and Gerardo Jimenez is connected to my ex-husband, who is trying to cash in on $25 million life insurance policies. And this kind of severe attacks daily with severe non-ionizing radiation is very dangerous to health. The use of directional Wi-Fi, 5G, 4G communication antennas triangulating on my position in my house is very dangerous to health and life. So I think this lengthier deal with this harassment is attempt to murder me, so my ex-husband could collect $25 million life insurance policies. United States has a law that while you are alive, you cannot figure out who has a life insurance policy on you. So meanwhile, so this area, so it shows electronic equipment. If I'm gonna go 30 seconds back in this area, maybe even minute because I was talking, but this area shows some activity which looks at periods that here are some sort of almost like electrical discharges. Again, these are energy beams directed at my house. And here was a little discharge. So hopefully I was able to demonstrate the serious situation I am dealing with. Certainly this kind of obsession with harassing neighbor is highly abnormal, especially since it began since I moved in this house, and it has escalated this year in September when I finally served Adam Smith with protective order, and middle of September I secured this protective order in the court hearing. So that was granted for 2 years. So here was this escalation with frequencies in September. The second escalation on November 29th, when children were shooting rocks and BBs at me and my pets. That was the day that Adam Smith was going for court proceedings in his trial for attempted murder of another female, and I find these coincidences highly suspicious, in considering that propane gas release was the easiest done by entering my backyard on January 19th or late January 18th hours. Easily done climbing over the fence, hiding behind the yard shed between fence and a house, walking up to my gas tank unseen on security camera, opening 2 gas valves and letting gas flow freely into my house. So at this point, I suspect that Gerardo Jimenez was also involved with that. Although I had clear indications, warnings prior to this gas release that this attack is associated with Adam Smith.